this whole conversation about inventory, that's kind of real estate lingo. Basically, it means homes for sale on the market. We just this week hit another all-time low for the Albuquerque area. And there was a conversation on one of the Facebook groups that's just realtors here locally, and it's like, this is nutty. And one thing that I've tracked, Lee, over the years and is, when do we generally see a seasonal change in the Albuquerque area for the number of homes on the market? And by the way, if you just tuned in, this is Tego Venturi Realty Group with Keller Williams Realty. And you can reach us at 448-8888. I'm with Lee Smith with PRMI mortgage broker here, local Albuquerque. Lee, how can people get a hold of you if you want to talk mortgages?
Yeah, my phone number, my direct line is 505-507-4751. That's the best number to reach me at.
Perfect.
It's my mobile. Text, call.
And I will say, people that are thinking about buying, I know it's great. You can get on websites and look at homes and do all that. But man, talking with a trusted local mortgage advisor is so critical, because mortgages are not cookie cutter.
They're not.
No.
You can lose thousands by talking to the wrong lender.
Yeah.
You really can. And put yourself in a bad situation. I talk to people all the time. One was talking to a lender, and it took weeks and weeks and weeks. Found out they couldn't do it. Rates had gone up by then. We got a hold of it. We were able to get it done. But it's just that even that time lost when you're talking to the wrong person. It's so important, and especially in this market.
So what I looked at was, so back to this whole idea of, okay, when are we going to have more homes on the market? All-time low. We're like 600 homes on the market in the Albuquerque area right now, which is just ridiculous, right? And to put some perspective on that, a balanced market is 5-6 months supply. Right now we're at like 0.5 months supply, which means, if we had 5,000 homes on the market versus the 600 right now, we'd still be considered kind of a balanced market, or still maybe even a seller's market. Mm-hmm. It would take about 5,000 homes to come on the market to push us into what we traditionally would consider a buyer's market. So we got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And we're not going to build our way out of it. That's a whole nother conversation with what's going on with new construction. So, but seasonally, what we've seen is sometime around the end of March, early April is generally when we see a bottoming of the number of homes on the market in the Albuquerque area. That's not good news for us right now where we sit today.
We still haven't hit the bottom.
We haven't hit the bottom yet, right? And we're in, and so my hope and my wish is, if you're thinking about selling out there and you're listening, or people that are thinking of selling, get in earlier than later. I assure you, there are lots of buyers out there that are looking for homes.
Oh yeah.
And it earlier is better.
Absolutely. I mean, it is truly a seller's market right now. I mean, you can get top dollar for your home right now. It is the time. If you're thinking about selling, definitely call Tego. I mean, it's a great time to do it. Probably one of the best times historically that we've had.
Interesting. We did that show. We did that show last week, Lee. Tracy and I talked about that. Is this the greatest time ever to be a home seller?
It really is.
And you're going, well, statistically, yes. Could it be better next year? I don't know. But it's interesting,
and it's funny because I hear a lot of the realtors I work with. They're all they're all on the listing side now. They're listing because they can list those houses and they sell within a weekend, multiple offers, and
it's interesting. I'm going to tell you this, Lee, because that you say that and then people think, well, oh gosh, it's just so easy, you just do that. And we were having our team meeting here talking about it, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like more work now than ever, even though, yes, it's happening fast, but filtering through 20 different offers and trying to figure out, what the best offer is, what's going to be the best deal for the seller.
Mm-hmm.
They want to net the most amount of money, but it's not always just about money. It might be about timing. It might be about terms. It might be about repairs. And one of the other things we always talk about, and you'll like this, is, who is the lender that buyer is working with? If it's cash, okay, that's one thing. I get that. But if you're a seller and you've got 10 offers and they're all pretty, let's say equal in dollar amount, for example, one of the things that we think is super important is who's the lender, who's the person that's helping that buyer get the loan. because we've seen way too many crash and burns over the years with people that got pre-qualified with, let's just say, an online lender. I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm just saying, somebody that's not local and crash and burn. And you've probably bailed some of those deals out before.
Absolutely. It's so important, one, to have a local lender who knows the area, who knows this market, who works with the local agents, who understands this community. What we see a lot of, and especially over the last couple of years, there's been a lot of companies that have come out of nowhere, mortgage companies. A lot of companies will issue what I call false prequals, where they haven't done their due diligence, haven't looked at credit, maybe just had a conversation with the borrower, and here's a pre-qual. And that is happening out there,
We know.
Yeah, you've run into it. So it is important to have a good, reputable local lender who understands this market and who can stand by those pre-quals, and as you know, having deals fall apart because at the end of the day, the borrower wasn't qualified when you could have found that out on day one, waste a lot of money, waste a lot of time, and causes a lot of frustration.